Hello everyone, and welcome back to Alteryx Tutorials. I am Mark Thompson, and today's challenge is going to be weekly challenge number 248. In it, we have got 3 employees, 2 from the US and 1 from Australia, and we want to identify for each of them what holidays get observed and how many business days there are in the year for each of them. Let's go ahead and jump on in. To start off with, we are given 2 pieces of data. We are given a small table with the holiday dates, name of the holiday, and the region, US in this case. And there's 11 of them. There's also 11 in Australia with a holiday date, the name of it, and the region. Since they're in the same format, we're going to go ahead and union those 2 together. And you can now see that we've got 22 records for the US and Australia. And we want to be able to flip them so that we can have Australia and US side by side. And we've just got a single row for a given holiday date. To do that, we use the Crosstab. And now we have 21 records. Note there are some that are the same. 21 total records, and we've got the Australian and the US. Now, the tricky part about this challenge is this little piece right here, generate rows. You get this off the preparation menu, and we're going to use this to build out a calendar of all the days in the year. Now, note in this one we're doing 2021, so we want a list of every day in 2021. So we're going to create a new field, and we're going to call it date, and we're going to tell it the data type is going to be date. Initialization expression. Okay, where do we start? Where does this formula start? It starts on 2021-01-01. Alteryx uses year, month, day. Think of larger, next smaller, and if there was time on it, it would go hours, minutes, and seconds. That is the format that Alteryx uses with a dash in between. Our condition expression, we're going to use the date. This is now a field that we get from up here is less than or equal to 2021 12/31, so the end of the year, year, month, day. Our loop expression that we use, and the syntax on this is really important. So we're going to do a date time add, and we're going to use that date field. We're going to open a paren, and we're going to increment by 1. And then we're going to put days in quotes. And what you get at the end of this is you get 365 records going from January 1 all the way through 12/31. All right. Here we join the 2, where we are joining on date from the generate rows and the holiday date from down here in our holidays. And we don't need the holiday date in there twice, so we get rid of it there, and we call this US holidays and Australian holidays so that we kind of mess with the names a little bit. And as you can see, we get 21 records that join. Well, we want the full calendar year. So here we go with all of the dates that didn't join, that came out of the calendar. And we're going to union them back together. And the result of that is we now have our 365 days plus those ones that actually have a US and Australian holiday. Next thing we want to do is we want to be able to identify day of the week, because we want to get rid of, we need to know the work days. We need to get rid of Saturdays and Sundays. And to do that, we do a combination of 2 formulas. We do a date time parse, where we expand and we isolate the pieces of a date with the year, the month, and the day. And then we use the date time format to call out %A, which gives us the day of the week spelled out. Now, I'll include a link down below so that you can, it's for a web page that will help you with the syntax on that, and you can know what a percent capital A is and all of that. The next three formulas we've got are our two US employees, and all we're doing is we're capturing if it's New Year's or not, or what holiday. And the same for our Australian. Okay? Then we sort these in ascending order for date to make sure that it's in order. And here we go with where we're going to use that day of the week. Weekday, so we use a custom filter, weekday, not in. If you haven't seen this, it's a good one to be familiar with. In Saturday, Sunday. All right, and then we put that not in front of it, and what we end up with is all of the Saturdays and Sundays dropping out. Next thing we do, we no longer need to say U.S. holidays over here and Australian holidays here. So let's go ahead and get rid of them. Well, there's a missing one. We can get rid of that. And on the outside of that, we now look at it and here's the date, here's the day of the week, here's the U.S. holidays for these two employees and the Australian holidays for this one. In total, we're going to see that there are 261 records that are not Saturday or Sunday. Next thing we want to do is we want to summarize. So we count the blanks. We don't want to count it if it's saying something. We don't want it to count if there are New Year's Day or some other holiday. We don't want it to count Martin Luther King Day. So we count all three of those, the two US and the one Australian, and you see there's 250, 250, and 251. It's like, well, wait a minute. Didn't they both have 11 holidays? Well, yeah, they did. But you know what? In the US, Christmas is actually celebrated the day before on a weekday, giving you a day off. In Australia, I can't speak to their customs, but what I can tell you is that the holiday is the 25th. Well, the 25th in this case, when we come down here for our filters, you can see that our holiday, look at that. Australia has their holiday is on a Saturday. It's not a work day anyway. So there is a slight difference between the two, and you see that the two US employees are 250 and the Australian is working a day more. All right, I am Mark Thompson. If you like what you saw, please hit like, please hit share, tell your friends, neighbors, and family all about it. And of course, we're always interested in hearing your comments. Until next time, we will see you.